Hello everyone, I am Gabriele. Welcome to my channel. Today is about Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus will not be added anytime soon in the Isle, above all in Evrima, which looks after balance and survivability. That is, maybe we are going to see Spinosaurus in different modes other than Evrima, but in the Isle, but again in the future, if I understood well from what developers are saying. Now, we have different models for legacy. All of these, different models, different types of animation for legacy. All of these animations are pretty cool. This is the crouch animation of Spinosaurus before we've checked the morph. Now, Spinosaurus is considered an apex because it has the best bleeding, the best bleeding inflection, the best bleeding resistance. It's very powerful. It's very heavy as well, so any full damage may be fatal. Now this is legacy. It's not Evrima or what I want for Evrima. Let's say this is my personal opinion on the matter. Many of us wish to see the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park, which is this model in the Isle. Well, which is similar to Legacy, to be honest, kinda similar to the one Legacy has at the moment. It does have a long. This is the one. It's very similar to the Jurassic Park one. Now, I do not want this model. If I have to be completely honest, I do not want this model because it's not as aquatic as it should be. I love water, so that's why I want to make a point here today. Speaking about Spinosaurus, I want Spinosaurus to be more aquatic than terrestrial. Not as aquatic as the Deinosuchus, for example, but similar to its aquaticity. To its water type. Now, again, this is another model, another drawing, another concept of the Deinosuchus, which is similar to the one in Legacy, more terrestrial than aquatic. This is the Spinosaurus for the trailer instead. Now, all of the developers for the Isle have given out a lot of models, a lot of concepts for the Spinosaurus because it's gonna be in the Isle. Not anytime soon because the game needs to have Evrima mode finished, so it kinda need to be at the end of its early access stage. So not anytime soon from what I see. This is what my opinion is. Then you can do all of the speculations you want. This is the legacy one, for example. Again, and this is where I want Spinosaurus to be directed to. More aquatic. Can you check the tail? Is fitter to be an aquatic animal than a terrestrial animal. Not as aquatic as the Deinosuchus, but as close as possible. Maybe even maybe the same level of motricity in water as the Deinosuchus, because it's not going to be in Evrima from my understanding. It's going to be in another game mode. It's not going to be in the Evrima game mode, which is survival and balance from my understanding. Please correct me here if you think I misunderstood the situation. What does it say about Spinosaurus? By the way, the Isle. Pros: it has the highest health and weight of any carnivore, aside from hypos, hyperendocrines, that is, not hypos. Best blade heal rate, heals 100 blade points in 4 minutes. High blade damage, so even better than Raptor, I guess. Third highest blade after Gaiga and Trike, basically, in Legacy. Longest ambush duration, and it regenerates stamina even while trotting. I mean, wow, it's amazing. Very quick turn rate, fastest turn radius of any apex. Now, this you must say, no, this is a game changing. It means that T-Rex will have a very hard time to fight a Spinosaurus power wise, because the turn rate of the Spinosaurus is better than the T-Rex one. Very fast bite rate as well. Cons. What's against the Spinosaurus? Vulnerable to ambushes from other apexes. Well, obviously, it is big after all. You cannot hide. Almost impossible to hide due to its tall spine, of course. Low heal rate, stamina, run time is 30 seconds, and regeneration. Low bite damage, even with mass as a factor. At least it's a fast biter. This is what the Isle says. Now, this concept, and this concept is what I want for the Isle, for Evrima. Well, not for Evrima, but for the Isle in the future, when developers decide to introduce Spinosaurus in the Isle, an apex in everything. Now, I am very curious, very much curious, what's gonna be the different strains for Spinosaurus in the Isle. If they're gonna be different than the neurotenic, hyperendocrine strains, etc., or if it's gonna have a certain resemblance to the neurotenic and hyperendocrine strain that that this dinosaur has now in game. Actually, it's not in game, but if you want, you can have it. Not correctly speaking, let's say. This is a model I love. This is one of the best models I've seen for the Spinosaurus, in my opinion. Many beg to disagree, but it's an aquatic. It's an aquatic dinosaur. It has a even bigger tail than this version here. It's got heavy. It is heavy towards the front. It's like a quadruple or bipedal dinosaur. It can stay on 4 legs or on 2 legs only, the hind legs. It can choose depending on whether it is running, whether it is swimming, whether it is hippo walking underwater. Because of how big it is, it's very likely it's going to be hippo walking in many rivers that are not deep enough. That's what I want for the Spinosaurus in the end, to be an aquatic animal, to be an aquatic dinosaur. This is my opinion, though. Many of you wish for this big beast to look like Jurassic Park because of nostalgia. I agree. I mean, like legacy version, for example, more like what can I say? More like this version, maybe. This is the morphing version, of the dinosaur while it's growing. I mean, I want it to be aquatic. That's just my opinion. I want this model to be reworked a little bit. This is just my opinion, though. All of us beg to disagree. Some of you beg to disagree, some of you agree with me. Now, that's what I want, to be an aquatic. This model, or even better, this model here, which I absolutely love, but it is just my opinion. Please let me know what you think about Spinosaurus, what Spinosaurus should look like in the future for the Isle once it gets closer and closer to the end of early access, or even after early access. Who knows when they are gonna add a different game mod other than Evrima. Well, all in all, thank you all so much for watching. I wish you a great day. Consider subscribing my channel if you haven't done that yet, and goodbye. Bye bye.